What if Jesus was born today, not in a dusty stable in Bethlehem 2,000 years ago, but in our world right here, right now, in the age of smartphones and surveillance, of Twitter threads and trending hashtags, of war zones and Wi-Fi? Would we even notice? Think about it. A young woman says she's pregnant through a miracle. No IVF, no partner. Just a divine encounter. Today people would call it a hoax, a PR stunt, or worse, mental illness. The media would dissect her story in seconds. News anchors would shout over each other. Talk shows would laugh. Comment sections would rage. The birth? Not under a star, not in silence, but maybe in the back of a taxi stuck in traffic, or in a crowded refugee camp, or outside a hospital that wouldn't admit them because they couldn't pay. No wise men, no shepherds, just a stressed nurse and the hum of fluorescent lights. But the child would still be holy, and that's the part that gets hard to imagine. Because today our world is loud, distracted, skeptical. We worship influencers and algorithms more than prophets. We scroll past miracles, we demand proof, and we cancel what we can't control. So would Jesus grow up unknown? Would he be a quiet carpenter working side gigs to support his family? Or would someone film him helping the poor? And the clip goes viral for a day before the algorithm buries it beneath dance trends and celebrity gossip. Would his message still cut through? Love your enemies, forgive those who hurt you, give everything to the poor, turn the other cheek. Today, that kind of radical love sounds naive, unprofitable, weak. Would we listen, or would we swipe past it saying, "That's nice, but it doesn't work in the real world"? And what about miracles? Feeding thousands with almost nothing, healing the blind, walking on water. In 2025, that would be labeled fake news, AI deepfake, CGI, clickbait. Governments would investigate. The church might disown him for breaking the mold. The internet would tear him apart for not fitting our image of a savior. And yet, some would follow. Not because he went viral, but because something in his presence would be undeniable. Peace in a world of noise. Truth in a culture of spin, grace in a time of judgment. He wouldn't fit into our systems. He'd flip them upside down, and that would terrify those in power. He wouldn't be invited to global summits or corporate partnerships. He'd dine with addicts and convicts, with the forgotten, the unverified, the unfiltered. He wouldn't tweet statements, he'd live them, and people would follow, not because of marketing, but because their hearts would burn within them. And when he spoke of a kingdom, he wouldn't be talking about governments or parties. He'd be talking about a different kind of reign, one where the last are first. The meek inherit the earth, and love, real, messy, sacrificial love, is the only currency that matters. But would we crucify him again? Not with nails, but with headlines, with smear campaigns, with hashtags and humiliation. Would we exile him from platforms? Would we demand silence? Would we scroll past the cross? And yet, he'd rise again, not because of views, not because of validation, but because light can't stay buried, hope can't be cancelled, and truth, real truth, always resurrects. So what if Jesus was born today? Maybe he already is. In the neighbor we ignore, in the outcast we mock, in the refugee we fear, in the stranger asking for grace. Maybe he's already walking among us, not waiting for applause, but inviting us into a different kind of life. The question isn't, would we notice? The real question is, would we follow? If that made you think, drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to Sacra, where faith meets real life, one question at a time.